apparently. There we go. Testing. There we go. I don't know why Discord just, or not Discord, but Windows just keeps changing my mic settings, but let's try that again. Hello everyone, and welcome to NGS Season 20. Today we're going to be going to NGS Div C between Disband Now and License to Kill. Now for both these two teams, it is going to be their first game of the season, so not really sure how these two teams are going to end up measuring up, but we're all in the same div. It should all be a good time anyway, but let's quickly go over to the map picks because we're already seeing a little bit heading on over there. So it is going to be, coin toss was won by blue side by Disband Now, and License to Kill had the first ban, and obviously the map pick, but Volsky Finder and Tomb of the Spider Queen going to be banned away by License to Kill, and Brax's Holdout and Dragon Shire going to be the bans coming out from Disband Now. Sorry, I'm trying to do all this on one monitor. It's still struggling. I'll have my new one soon. I keep thinking I'm gonna get them sooner than I do, but yeah. And we are gonna be going to Towers of Doom for map number 1. And honestly, at this point, I know Raka has been having the similar opinions on this map, where this is the decider map. It's very strange to get it for a map number 1, but you know what? That's the way it is right now. But let's just send it over here. Let me let everyone know that I am ready. Okay, and it looks like one of the players is going to be about 5 minutes late. So once the players are all here, we will be getting started. But yeah, Division C, Towers of Doom should be a pretty fun one. I mean, Div C was pretty close last season. I expect it will be about the same this season as well. And for everyone that's been following me here from last season, and speaking of following, Lady Raven 83 and Lord Shadowleaves, thank you for the follows today. But for anyone that's been following in the past, you know that I've been planning some emotes, and they're pretty much done. We're like, I should have them ready by tomorrow. So I've already approved them. I just need the files sent over to me from the artist. That's really all we're waiting for. And so the emotes that you can look forward to is I'm gonna have a couple of animated emotes. We're gonna have a Tokibi hype animated emote, and Artanis picked and Artanis banned, because let's face it, in the NGS community, Artanis is the #1 most proud hero for whatever reason. I mean, I'll be honest, I love him, especially when you go with Protectors of Ire talent level 1, because that is the single most fun talent in the game. You should be picking it every game. There's never a situation where it is not optimal. But outside of that, we're also going to be adding a Tokibi pause emote finally. I know a lot of people have been asking one. And just to kind of go with the HOTS theme, because that's kind of what this channel has become at this point, we're also going to be adding a Tokibi stim pack emote. So all of those should be ready soon. In fact, I might even be able to show it. Okay, let's see. No, I don't really have a good way to show them, because they're only like, they're pre-renders. I don't want to show pre-renders. You'll see them all tomorrow. It'll be a good time. So finally gonna have some nice Heroes of the Storm emotes. I've definitely been wanting them for a while. Just been so busy lately. But yeah, and since we're still waiting on one player, I guess I can also talk about the future schedule of this channel. So obviously, just going to be doing the single cast today with Disband Now and License to Kill. And then tomorrow I will be casting also in Div C, Magnitude Earthquake and FC Hong Kong, who has moved up to Division C. So gonna be a lot of fun to watch them play. I'm really proud of that whole roster. It's always nice seeing between seasons how the teams do go between divisions. And then I believe I'm taking Wednesday off, and then on Thursday again Div C. And again, I'm not targeting any specific division. I just go based off schedule, and just happens that Div C was the easier one to select at that day. It will be CM Daybreak and Macro Machine. So anyone here, who I assume is most of you here, Div C fans, definitely be sure to stick around for the next few days, because we're going to be getting a lot of Div C action on this channel. And then, on the final thing before we do head on over to the game, assuming that 5th player will be joining shortly. But this stream is also sponsored by Factor 75. Now, for all those of you who do not know what Factor is a meal service plan. And what it does is you get a subscription, you pick your meals, and they come to you in a box. And the most important thing, and this is the best part about it, every single one of those meals is ready to eat within 2 minutes. Just gotta do some quick setup. So if you're running short on time, if you're feeling a bit lazy, want to, you know, have a bit of an easy time, then Factor 75 is a choice for you. And let me tell you, those meals, they're delicious, they're nutritious, they're healthy, and they're a lot cheaper than takeout or even delivery, especially delivery. Let's not get started on delivery, okay? But click my link in the chat or use the panel down below, or use my code FACTORSE82337 to get 50% off of your first box and free breakfast for 1 year. So thank you very much to Factor 75 for sponsoring this stream, but it has been over 5 minutes and the player has not arrived, so not sure what to do or what to say at this point, but either way, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully they'll be here soon. The players have been talking a little bit, but haven't really said too much. Who are they even waiting for? I'm not even sure. But we have 9 players in the lobby. Just gonna be 1 more coming in. But yeah. And there's a lot of games this season. I gotta say, like, I know it's still early, and we had this last season where the first few weeks, so many games were casted. We have a lot of casters coming in right now. Some casters that have kind of taken breaks that are starting to get back in. Specifically, Caden 303. This is the one that I've been noticing the most. That didn't cast too much last season. That's casting a lot more. But Snarfungus has picked up a bunch. Raka is definitely casting a lot more. Granted, was a little bit difficult for Raka to cast last season. So I'm super glad that she's back and casting a lot more. And Lord Shadow Leaves coming in with a true play. Factor is easy enough to transform into other meals too with a little creativity. Let's go help sell the Factor. No, I appreciate it very much. It genuinely is a good product. Like all the sponsor and all of the, how do I put this? I know I do shameless plugs sometimes, but this is genuinely a product that I do believe in. And Hoku, thank you very much for the has it been 6 months, Hoku? That's genuinely hard to believe, but thank you very much for the 6 months of tier 1. And the 10th player has joined, so we should be starting up soon. We should be headed right into the game. And again, Towers of Doom. It is a pretty tall map, a lot of emphasis. Oh. A lot of emphasis on the offlaners for this map. That's one thing I've always noticed for this. It's, there's just a lot to do on this map for the offlaners. Typically, you have the double soak. You want to have the good timers to roam down. If you're able to get a solo kill at any point, it completely changes the name of the game. Because if you're able to get... because whenever you have double soak, you're essentially missing out on 2 of the 3 lanes worth of XP. Obviously, someone from the bot lane is going to end up rotating typically, try to cover mid at least. But either way, you're still going to be losing prio in the bot lane. You're going to be losing XP in the top lane. It just becomes very, very difficult to kind of bring it back. So staying alive on the offlane, super important here. And Killer Fairy X, thank you very much for the Prime sub as well. And looks like both teams are starting to get ready. So we did the ready check. Everyone said they're ready. But because the last person said they're ready... so late, we're just gonna do another one. So give me a moment to do that as we are getting set up here, but okay, we're starting. There we go. It is finally time for game number 1 of today's series. Let's look forward to it because it is going to be the game 1 for Disband Now and License to Kill. These are going to be some 2 hopefully heavy hitters coming out for Division C, and I'll be honest, I say that about every single team, but I'm going to continue saying that about every single team because it's really cool when the entire division is just a lot of close games, a lot of strong teams. But right now, the first few bans are going to be coming out, and it is going to be Diablo banned away on the side of License to, or sorry, on the side of Disband Now. And Diablo, obviously, pretty big tank, very strong in the right hands. And especially with a lot of those combos, you can really get plays going. I have noticed that APOC isn't picked as often anymore. It is almost entirely Lightning Breath now, just for that extra damage. And again, not being unstoppable, not being able to be CC'd, and still provide so much zoning pressure, assuming the damage itself isn't landing, which usually it does. It's such a powerful tool for really any player, for any team. But Joanna gonna continue getting back. I don't think I've actually even seen a Joanna game yet this season. Granted, I think this is only my 3rd cast of the season. Definitely a little bit behind my last season's pace, but I've always expected to be casting a little bit less this season compared to the previous ones. And Rhaegar gonna be banned away once again on the left side, and Stukov So Stukov ban is a little bit surprising for me. I know it is a tilt hero for a lot of players. I know back when I played in NGS all those years ago, which I'm sure some of you probably didn't even know I used to play in the NGS, but Stukov was my tilt hero. I would make sure he was constantly banned, but it's going to be Anduin locked in for Kurama. And then on licensed to kill, it's going to be Chromie and Dahaka locked in for Bowser King and Jep. Now, Jep really likes his Dahaka. I've seen a couple of those games in the last season, so not surprising to see that locked in here. And Varian for Sir Noble and Li Ming for Goku. So lots of power coming in for both these two teams. Now, whenever you have a Varian, you do kind of expect a little bit of a blow-up comp. And Anduin can follow up. Light Bomb, Chastise, those are both really good tools. And Li Ming as well. Just all the damage that can come out after that. But Chromie is there, and Chromie's actually a pretty good counter to it. Because if you have those time traps perfectly positioned, you can kind of prevent the follow-up. You will still get hit by the taunt or whatever else, maybe the chastise, but as soon as you take the time trap, all the actual damaging abilities go out over your head, and no damage actually ends up landing. But for Disband Now, they are going to ban away the Zeratul, and the Blaze is going to get banned away for License to Kill, trying to get a little bit of an easier double soak lane. Does leave a lot fewer options. I suspect the Leoric's going to be picked on the left side here, but it's actually going to be the Zul. Sorry. So Brightwing and Nubrak were locked in for Bo Diddley and Valkyrie, but the Zul locked in for Krinovast. It is a very, very fast clearing offlaner. Not a lot of frontline though, because Varian's not as tanky as a lot of those other true tanks are. Zul definitely one of the squishier melee offlaners. Not full squish, but definitely on the weaker end of that. But Sylvanas locked in for Undead 752. The push is really strong on that side. Disband Now is going to have a huge advantage for that. But Falstad being the 10th pick, locked in for Jadic. I'm not even sure which roster I favor here, because I do think Dahaka is going to be able to do a lot better in fights. I think in general, License to Kill should be better in fights. But I think just the overall pressure and push pacing that they can do on the side of Disband Now is going to be pretty difficult to play into. But either way, we're going to find out once we are in, because it's time for game number 1. All right, and here we are. We are loading into game number 1 between Disband Now and License to Kill. And yeah, the more I look at this, should be a pretty even draft. I don't think either team's really won in terms of just out drafting their opponent, but I do still slightly favor License to Kill in terms of ease of execution, because again, when you have there's really a lot of difficult people to jump on as the variant for the taunt, because Jadic can time the barrel roll to get out to safety. Bo Diddley can cleanse AoE with the Soothing Mist, can turn people invisible as well, just preventing them from being targeted overall for the taunt after the charge. Valkyrie has an unstoppable, Bowser King has the time trap, and then obviously Jep is Dahaka. You never kill Dahaka. Dahaka is not a good hero. Okay, Dahaka is a good hero, but Dahaka is very difficult to catch, and that's the main issue that they can find. But if they are able to get one of those, if they're able to pair it especially with the Wailing Arrow, which I assume is going to be level 10, coming out of, who's even playing that? Undead 752. That's where the real strength is going to be coming through. But they still need pickoffs. That's kind of the nature of having Variant. But there's going to be a lot of teamfight prowess coming out from License to Kill. And it is going to be the Hammering build. So kind of going into that more burst magey build. And it's nice that at level 1 you can kind of know that as Valkyrie is still in the brush and will interrupt Sir Noble on the roam towards the mid lane. Bit of an interesting roam, I gotta say. I'm actually curious where Sir Noble's going, but looks like just going to be taking the long way around back to the bot lane. Valkyrie's still just going to be hanging out in that brush, but neither side's really taking control of the bot lane yet. It's still in a neutral area as the drag does that over in the mid lane, but again, Krinovast just winning really hard into Jump right now in the 1v1, but obviously Dahaka is not going to be too threatened in this 1v1 as Krinovast actually going to be roaming down, and now Valkyrie going to get rooted up. They're on top of it, but obviously no taunt yet, and now instead they're gonna go in. Burrow charge inside. Jeb super low in the middle of everyone trying to get away, and will be first blooded as now Goku fighting with Bowser King in the bot side. Valkyrie goes down in the meanwhile. Goku still pinging onto Bowser King. Goku surviving, dodges the Sandblast, will get auto down, but in the meanwhile, Jadic gonna be getting chased down. A couple autos coming through, and then trying to chase and won't have the range. So it is gonna be the 2-for-1 coming out for Disband Now. But it was a very close fight overall. They will definitely be able to secure their own siege camp, and maybe later on could even try and threaten license to kills, but will take a bit of time before they're able to get set up for that. And that was without the taunt on Chernobyl. I should add that, because Varian, not a hero till level 4. Someone mentioned that in chat, and that is 100% correct, because yeah, Varian's just not a hero till level 4. That's just the way Varian is. But yeah, Goku may have gone a little bit too far there, but really well pressured, and still ended up pulling out 2 people from the fight, which I think is a big reason why they were able to come out on top there. But now the next play is going to be coming through now. The Sappers are both pushing. Both teams were able to collect theirs. Taunt is now available. Valkyrie does have a lot of magic armor. Has a Hardened Carapace and the Fairy Dust coming out from Bo Diddley. So they have a lot of anti-magic burst. And frankly, I think that is where most of the burst is right now. On the side of... Ooh, I keep forgetting the name. Disband Now. I don't know why I can't remember that name today. Just been a long day at work, I'll be honest. But... level 5's coming out. Both teams are still really even. So it was a 2-for-1, but it didn't really change anything in terms of overall experience, overall push presence either. None of the structures have really been damaged too much. But now the first altars are going to be spawning, and it looks like the bot lane is just being given over. But instead, they're going to be fighting on the top side. They're on to Jadic, and now Bo Diddley coming in with the phase rush. But now Bo Diddley, super low, will not get hit by the Arcane Orb, will survive. And now they can start fighting the other way, because so far, they've gotten the one in the bot lane. Jep is starting to get low, will get hit by the Bone Curse, and will get taken down entirely. The burst damage coming out from Goku more than enough, and now it's 45. They have the taunt, and they're able to take down Valkyrie as well. And now Jadic, half HP missing from one combo from Goku, will be forced to barrel roll over the wall. And because of that, it's going to be 2 altars to 1. I actually should learn what this is. Yeah, it is Bone Prison. Okay. I was pretty sure that was the name of the ability. I've never gotten the chance to really cast too much self. It's also a very fun hero though, because overall it does so much damage in teamfights, especially once those heroics do come through. And on top of that, Bone Prison, it's slow, but it's a guaranteed route or a guaranteed cleanse being forced out of one of the rosters. And then obviously, like, look at this clear speed. It is so fast, just able to get full push in mid lane with essentially just 3 autos and 1 ability. That's all Undead needs to do to get this push coming through. And now in the bot lane, Chernobyl will spot out Valkyrie and will get the taunt as well. Now Chastise to follow, but Goku actually takes a decent amount of damage on the way out. Valkyrie down at half HP, but Bo Diddley is around. Pre-level 10 Bo Diddley not going to be able to target heal too much. Does need that phase shifts in order to be able to get it, but Bowser King now is going to get taunted. Chastise will follow up, and now they're looking towards Bowser King, but the Polymorph, again, going to be there in time. Bo Diddley keeping the team alive, but the trades definitely favoring Disband Now a lot more than they are favoring License to Kill. And they're going to be the first to get started on their siege camps. Kernavast has started roaming down, and it looks like they do want to contest onto the siege camp. And now they're on to Valkyrie. They have the Bone Prison, they have the Chastise, and now the phase shift is there, but even with it, it's not enough. And without Valkyrie, it's going to be so much harder for them to contest this, and in fact, doesn't look like they even will. And I think that is the right call. Losing the siege camp, yeah, it's not great, but it's a lot better than losing more members and then still losing the siege camp. So it's just going to be the 1 pick and the 1 camp, which will in turn take the 1 cannon towers. Goku almost getting one-shot by just 1 path of Dragon's Breath. And it is the Dragon's Breath build right now, so it kind of makes sense that that ability is going to be quite strong here. But it is the single altar, and it was take. Oh, sorry, it is the double altar, and both of them going to Disband Now. So they're going to have an extra 8 damage landing onto License to Kill. 36 to 24 now. Very good spot to be in. They have still only a very small level advantage, a little less than half a level. So they're definitely not in a terrible spot on License to Kill, but once their heroics are coming through, I think that's when their composition really starts coming online. And they already do have the temporal loop right now from Bowser King. It's not going to be the slowing status. Valkyrie going to get taunted up, but again, the Soothing Mist is going to be there to cleanse it out. But again, that's still the Soothing Mist kind of forced out. A much longer cooldown compared to everything else. But temporal loop is going to be on to Goku, but the leap of faith timed by Kurama going to prevent any follow-up. And in fact, Jeb even used the Brush Stalker to get down to the bot lane, but no play is there to be had. Level 10s now coming online for Disband Now, and it is going to be Disintegrate. But everything else pretty standard. Light Bomb, Skeletal Mages, Warbringer, and Wailing Arrow. Now, Wailing Arrow, obviously, the really fun one. I think that's the one that they really needed, as really good Burrow Charge coming out of Valkyrie. If that was any later, would definitely get taunted. And most likely just absolutely burst down. Even with the Hardened Carapace, even with the Fairy Dust. It's still, at the end of the day, in Anubarak, not a lot of HP on that tank. And it's also a Li Ming. And Li Ming is always going to be able to deal just a ton of burst damage. Just Goku getting burst in the backline, but now the taunt does land onto Jadic, the Wailing Arrow as well. And the Cocoon did come through onto Undead 752, but it was cleared away almost instantaneously. So just a trade of heroic talents coming in between the two teams. As now they're starting to roam up into the top side. Jep will spot out Kurtivast. They're both going to fight, but I do think overall, the fight's actually on the bot side right now. Jadic going to be the first to go down. Bowser King will burn down to the Disintegrate as well. And Bo Diddley will be forced to back away. Jep and Valkyrie as well, just not really able to join into the fight. Now Kurtivast is here, will spawn out those skeleton soldiers, as Jep will get the drag. Just trying to buy some time right now. And Kurtivast will be fine, obviously. They will be able to get the 4 altars on the left side for Goku, and Kurama going to be able to get the four shots on the right side. And that's another 8 damage to the core, 36 to 16. They're starting to get low on the side of licensed skill, but now Jep is going to get taunted up. The taunt is there, but the stasis is going to keep Jep alive. It does cancel the phase shift, so not going to be able to get that major burst healing, but at the same time, Bowser King only going to have, or sorry, not Bowser King, Bo Diddley only going to have that lower cooldown. But now Goku's Chernobyl and Undead, they're running in, and Bo Diddley is kind of alone here, and will get taunted up and just absolutely burst down. The damage Goku's bringing out right now is so difficult to deal with. They do have the time trap, but again, without a healer, it's going to be so difficult for them to walk forward. They are going to be losing their siege camp. They're going to be losing their sapper camp. And I don't think they really have a good angle to play into this. Because right now, everything's just completely coming up for Disband Now. They're winning out every single fight. They're always getting at least something, whether it's a bit of a push or a little bit of an extra pick-off, as Valkyrie gets taken down super low, and the Gust has to be used by Jadic, and the Sapper Camp still lands. So that's going to be the bot lane wall finished off. But as I was saying, every single time they win the fight, they get something on the side of it as Disband Now. It's not just the kill and that's it. It's the kill and a camp. It's the kill and a little bit of a structure. It's a kill and a bit of extra pryos. Now Valkyrie going to get targeted once again. And look at the damage. Valkyrie barely survives, and that's Bo Diddley using 2 of the blink heals as well. And now the Cocoon is there. It's on the healer, but there's just no follow-up right now. The real play is being made in the top side. Kurtivast does get taken down low by Jadic and Jep, but it will still be able to walk away. Still has the well to tap from as well. But in the bot lane, they have full priority on the bot side. For the side of Disband Now, they have level 13s. Level 13s are about to get matched, though. So this could get contested, but it's already up. They are going to be using the Brush Stalker. Jep is going to be here, but they're going to be looking for the fight instead. They're looking for Sir Noble. They have the Polymorph, and Sir Noble is going to get stunned up. The Impale as well. Just need a little bit more, but the healing, it's too much. Kurama keeping Sir Noble alive will eventually be going down to the Sandblast, but the fight's still not done. Jep still in the area, will get burst down as well. Bo Diddley forced to jump away, and Valkyrie going to get burst down as well with the Disintegrate. And now they do have the Chrono onto Goku, but Goku's just going to be okay. It's a 2-for-1, and they get the altar as well. 12 HP left on the core, and Gust forced to be used by Jadic. Just so scared of the damage that can come out of Goku and Undead that, yeah, just a lot of heroics being used. And they got a pick-off, but it took them so long to kill Sir Noble. All of their cooldowns have already been used just to take out the tank. And in the meanwhile, Goku and Undead, they're just free hitting Kurama, keeping everyone else alive. And Kurtivast in the area as well, just keeping that Bone Brazen, getting those targets set up. It was a good look, and I am happy that they at least try to get something done on License to Kill, but it's just showing that this composition is very difficult to play into at this point. They're just able to get the burst really fast with those Arcane Orbs, with those Magic Missiles, especially coming out of Goku. I'm really excited to see the damage charts at the end of this. But now Bowser King trying to clear out this wave, but it is 3 Sappers, and Valkyrie not going to be able to get the taunt. Will be able to get it now, and now the burst damage going out over top. And again, this is through the Carapace. This is through the spell armor. They're just able to get that kill. However, in the top side, Kurtivast was taken down by Jadic and Bo Diddley and Jep, but they lose the bot lane bell tower for it. And again, they're getting something on these trades, but it's not enough right now. Now, at the very least, the top lane is completely open, and these sappers are going to crash. But it's not going to be enough to take down the bell tower. Just going to bring it to half HP. Is now Goku going to be free channeling on the bot side. Sir Noble trying to prevent this right side, but Jadic going to be able to get an altar for the team, but that's still 36-7. And if Undead's able to take this, all they need is the boss. The boss will win the game later on, and Undead will be able to get it. Now Jep starting to get super low. They can look for the fight. They have the light bomb, but Sir Noble not going to be in range. The time trap is there. Now Bowser King may have gone a little bit too far. It takes so much damage. Phase shift will keep it alive in time as the isolate is there. And again, they're just focusing down on Sir Noble. Jaden coming in from the side, gusts them away, and Sir Noble's gone. Now Kurtavast is alone into the rest of the team. The Impale's going to land. They have the slow, they have the damage. Kurtavast trying to survive as long as possible. May even try to trade out with Jeff. And so far, still alive. 1v5 with the Scythe. The next round of cooldowns comes through, and the Impale will be able to get the kill. And now they're going to be looking to take down Boss. Now, Boss really doesn't do a lot for them right now, but it will prevent Disband Now from taking it, because this boss would have been the game, but instead, they have 3 Sapper Camps put, or 1 Sapper Camp, 3 individual little Halloween guys walking in from the bot side. And if they're able to just stroll on in, this would be the game. They're trying to approach, but unfortunately, Jada and Bo Diddley already in the air. They've already cleared out 2, so there's no longer the chance to win the game. And now Valkyrie even trying to engage a little bit further in, but not going to be able to find it quite yet. And because of this, they even get a little bit of pressure on the bot side. They can look to retake this bell tower. 29-2. This is a very bad situation for License to Kill, but that HP is 2. It is crucially not 0. They are still in the game. They could definitely try to make a comeback. And like I said, once they have all their abilities, once they have their talents, they're pretty strong as well. They just need to avoid getting burst down, and right now, that's definitely been a little bit difficult. Sir Noble has been very on top of basically anyone. They're even happy to take down Valkyrie. As now Kurtavast is going to be targeted, but Sir Noble is there to follow. Dragon's Breath over top, disintegrate as well. And Valkyrie super low, but will survive. The phase shift is there. And now they have the cocoon on a Kurtavast. Kurtavast is kind of a lone skeleton. Soldiers, though, just dealing a lot of damage over top. And nobody's going to go down, but there is the altar available in this boss set. Is now Jeff going to go to stasis. Not going to get hit by the bone prison as Undead loses half their HP. Kurtavast now in the middle of everyone as well. They have the drag on Sir Noble, but the taunt is there. The light bomb's there, and Jeff gonna be the first to go down. Browser King gonna be next. Time Trap is there just in time. And the Disintegrate with the teleport. The Time Trap again, the stasis. But 90 HP will get taken down by the magic missiles. As now Sir Noble looking for the healer. Valkyrie also low on mana, basically out. And the Disintegrate over top, dealing so much damage. A couple more autos is all that's needed. Jadic starting to get chased down to the top, and will get taken down. And it's just Valkyrie and Bo Diddley trying to keep this game alive, but it might be a little bit too much for them. Goku will get the final channel, and it's going to be game number 1 going to Disband Now. Yeah, and it was a very, very close game at the start, but Disband Now, they got an early lead. They got a couple pickoffs, and they were just able to completely run with it. And that's what you want when you have that variant build. And also, let me sort by damage, but it was actually Bowser King that dealt the most damage. And frankly, not too surprising, because we've seen those Dragon's Breaths just kind of going across everyone. But the issue is that was spread out. The damage that Goku, Undead, and Sir Noble throwing out, that was on one target, and they would just do it one target at a time. It was very surgical. It was very well organized, and that's why Disband Now wins game number 1. Now, we are going to be going on a short break, but when we come back, it'll be game number 2, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon. Welcome back, everyone. We are going to Sky Temple for game number 2 between Disband Now and License to Kill. Now, Sky Temple, definitely not a map we see super often. It is definitely one of the, how do I put this, slower maps, to say the least. Because this is, I'm trying to think, this may be one of the few maps in the entire game. I think technically Towers of Doom follows this as well, where you never need to go to your opponent's side of the map in order to win the game. You can win entirely by staying within your half, but it is going to be a very macro-centered focus typically. Because if you're able to get an early advantage, at that point you can just continue playing normally. You don't need to do anything else, just need to hold on to those temples, and then those laser beams are just going to win the game for you. But first two bans are starting to come out, and Sir Noble's variant going to be removed right out the gate. Going to be the first ban coming through for the side of License to Kill is Disband Now going to going to continue banning out the Diablo. It looks like they're a little bit worried about Valkyrie's Diablo, but the Anubrak definitely did not have as big an impact as I think they were hoping on the side of License to Kill. But who knows? This is a different game. This is a different map. They had a bad start, and they kind of just ran them down through there. But right off the bat, we're going to see a pretty meaningful change. Because this time around, Kurama's not going to be on Anduin. It's going to be Bo Diddley. And again, that Leap of Faith is such a strong ability. That Chastide's a strong follow-up. Light Bomb as well. Anduin, even when Anduin eventually gets nerfed, as Anduin has been kind of been kept down a little bit lower than normal, still able to provide so much utility, just both on aggression and on defense coming out for the Anduin. Just a very strong, versatile healer. Now, on the flip side of that, we are going to be seeing Uther locked in for Kurama and the Greymane locked in for Undead 752. Now, Uther's a very interesting one. It does give them quite a bit more crowd control. And then Greymane with D-Shield is absolutely terrifying, assuming it is D-Shield. But if it's going to be the Divine Storm instead, it's just going to give them even more CC ability on the side of Disband Now. So either way, Uther definitely really strong, especially in the right hands. Could even main tank. I don't know if that's something that they've been practicing or something that they do on the side of Disband Now, but definitely an option as we see Dahaka and Falstad once again locked in for Jep and Jadik. And on a map like Sky Temple, Flight and Brushtalker are going to be even more impactful, just being able to move across the map even faster. Going to be a pretty strong duo to have. But now it's going to be Garrosh getting banned away on Disband Now, and it's going to be Muradin banned by License to Kill. So trying to thin out that tank pool a little bit. Anubrak is still in the pool, and so is Ethereal that's going to be locked in for Sir Noble, as Krunavas is going to be locking in the Ragnaros. Now, again, typically Ragnaros not too contested over as a pick, but on Sky Temple, those lava waves can give you so much pressure, so much priority, and every little bit of damage that hits those walls, that hits those forts and keeps or whatever, is one less laser shot that you're going to need later on. It's one quicker shot to ending the game in your favor. But Kelth is going to be locked in for Bowser King, and Joanna going to get locked in for Valkyrie. So, interestingly enough, Joanna actually slips all the way through to 9th pick. Typically, I have seen it banned first phase even. I guess that was what the variant replaced. But they're going to be able to get it for themselves. Now, they have a lot of magic damage, especially with the Kalthus. So I'm wondering if maybe the Falstad's going to be going frequent flyer, who just wants to get those auto attacks buffed up, as final pick is going to be Sonya for Goku. So triple frontline, technically quad frontline if you include the Uther into this. So very frontline heavy composition on Disband Now, very mage heavy on the side of License to Kill. But we'll see which of these two teams are going to be the ones that are able to take this, because Disband Now, they definitely want to get this domination. They want to get that 2-0, have a quick night of it, but License to Kill, it's going to be their goal to send us to a game 3, and we're going to find out if they're able to do it right now. All right, and we are back, just loading into game number 2 between Disband Now and License to Kill, and it is Sky Temple. And last season, at least for the start of it, this was a little bit of a joke, mostly for me. Most other people didn't really notice it too much, but I've actually casted over 100 different games. I think maybe 150 even, of individual games, not series, before I had my first Sky Temple cast. And even now, I think this might be only the 4th time I've ever been on this map as a caster, so definitely a little bit entertaining to watch for me. I mean, I unironically do love this map. I know this is a very slow map, and for a lot of people this is considered a very boring map, but I actually like the amount of macro play that can come in, because every little bit of damage on those structures counts. Every little bit of damage adds up and is enough to end the game. As I totally realize I've gone to the wrong one. Oh, boom. There we go. Don't need my face, don't need the sponsor in the game. The games must stay clean. The game must stay clear. Sorry. Just, again, still on the single monitor, so seeing everything 30 seconds later delay on my phone. But instead, they're going to be able to get priority here in the middle lane. Valkyrie and Bowser King, they're just going to get the push in. They're going to get first move. However, Goku already in this bottom side, as I've never seen that animation in my life. Did anyone see that? What just came out of the well? But it doesn't matter, because right now they're still going to be pushing in this bottom side. It's definitely favoring the priority on License to Kill. And now Chernobyl trying to walk in, trying to be a pain, but obviously this Asterial is super tanky, able to just jump over the wall as well. And yeah, sorry about that, Lord Shadowlees. That was just a misclick. It'll be better in a few days, 2 weeks max, hopefully anyway. But the drag is going to land from Jep, looking to trade on a Krinovass. Now, Ragnaros in general isn't super good at long trades typically, is a lot more powerful at those short bursts. And right now, Krinovass actually winning out, probably to the help of this full wave of minions. Also just helping DPS down Jep, as the siege camp is going to be taken on the bot side for a License to Kill. Not even started yet on the side of Disband Now, but they are on the Bruiser camp instead. Firma and Undead 752 going to be able to take that very quickly for themselves, as another drag is going to land by Jep, and Krinovass takes a lot of damage for it. And now still looking to trade back, but perfect stasis timing. Krinovass about to get that second big burst out. And it's very rare to see a Dahaka getting forced in this much. Especially with the Bruiser camp there, Jadic even going to roam up just to try and help control this lane a little bit more. But now in the bot side, we are going to be seeing the siege camp. Got a little bit of damage on the wall, nothing too substantial. As Krinovass might be getting jumped, but it is just Valkyrie and Bowser King. And again, pre-10, I don't expect Valkyrie to really be setting up too many kills. And honestly, that's true kind of for both of these tanks. Now, one thing I am curious about is whether Chernobyl is going to go Sanctification or Judgment. And with the amount of CC that they do have, I actually think Sanctification might not even be bad. Just preventing a lot of the damage that Bowser King is going to be able to bring out, and then they don't really have so much CC to push them off. It's really just the Gus. Maybe the Condemn in the correct spots, but it would need to be a very well set up Condemn coming out from Valkyrie to be able to pull them out of the Sanctification. But now they are still pushing down. Valkyrie actually taking a lot of damage. Will still walk forward for the Condemn. Undead going to take a decent amount of poke on the way back, as in the top side we are seeing the Bruiser camp getting taken out by License to Kill, as now Krinovass on the receiving end of those bad trades now. Now Chernobyl and Bowser King going to be trading a little bit, but again, it's just Tyrael. That's what Tyrael does. Gets in your face, gets really annoying about it. But what really matters is who's going to be able to take control of these temples, because right now, Jep, massive wave in the top side with the Bruisers as well. Should be able to get a really sizable push here. But in the bot side, Goku soloing out the wave and already took down most of that cannon tower. Will be able to finish it off here, the gate as well. But the first temple is already under control by License to Kill, and they're taking out Undead so low before the fight even begins. And without Undead, that's really their main DPS right here. Goku is going to be in the area now, but they really need Undead to be dealing it, as the Flame Strike just hitting on it too. Goku less than half HP, still walking forward. Jadic starting to get super low as well. And they're able to force back their way onto this temple, as now Krinovass is here as well. Valkyrie starting to get low and will get taken out. That is first blood going over to Disband Now. But they took a lot of laser shots for their troubles. And during all of this, Jep just free hitting onto the top side. Might even be able to just completely finish off this fort, but final few laser shots aren't going to be there. Now Jep stunned up, starting to get low. The drag is going to be there, but I don't know if there's enough damage. Goku will get a few shots back, but that's all they're really going to be able to get for the troubles. Now Undead going forward, trying to fight on to Jadic. And with that, they will take control of the mid lane altars. They will get all 5 laser beams into the fort. should be able to get the last 5 on the top side as well. And decent bits of damage going on to both these structures because, okay, so let's see. We got the mid lane very low, top lane even lower. But it's kind of mirrored on the mid and top for them. I do think License to Kill is slightly one out on that trade. Just at least in terms of the structural damage. But obviously they gave away the kill. It's going to give a little bit of an experience advantage to Disband Now. Well, the question is, who's going to be able to make better use of this damage? Who's going to be able to make better use of really this current map state? Is now Valkyrie and the rest of License to Kill. They're just going to be shoving in this mid lane. They're not going to be pushing it all the way in, just kind of walking it in and moving back and forth between the lanes, just making sure all their lanes are fully shoved out. Now Valkyrie could be looking for a play, and Kurama going to get hit by the gravity lapse into the flame strike, into the chastise, and Kurama will get taken down. Just absolutely well done with that chain CC, making sure that none of it overlaps. It's constantly there, and there's never really a moment for that Uther to walk away. So they will be able to get the first kill of the game for themselves. And now they're going to try and steal away the siege camp. However, Goku pushing out the mid lane during this will be able to get the first fort of the game. So again, just a little bit of a trade, but now Goku in a dangerous spot. Bo Diddley is going to be able to spot out Goku. Not going to be able to dismount yet. The Divine Star will be there, perfectly placed. Now Goku all alone on the wrong side of the map and still trying to get away. Not going to be able to land that Ancient Spear, and just the DPS starting to go back and forth. Goku still alive though, just kind of able to dodge away in a lot of those skill shots. Not too much auto attacks. And that kind of is the issue when you do have that mage-oriented team comp. When you have picks like that, you don't have that consistent damage. You need to land the skill shots. So if someone has some fancier feet, it could be very difficult to get that damage sent away. But just going to be the one temple spawning this time around. It's going to be on the bot side as another huge wave of minions takes down the bot side gate. And it looks like Disband Now, they're overall winning on the map now. Without a doubt, they have more damage on the structures. They have priority in the mid lane with the cannon. Lava Wave's going to come through, clear away the bottom, but it does mean that the temple is going to be under control for License to Kill. But Disband Now, they're looking for the top side, and they're just going to brute force their way in. They're sending all 5 members, and they're just going to go straight for this fort. And their whole reasoning is, we're going to out-push anything that these lasers will be able to do. As now Valkyrie, Battle King, and Bo Diddley, they're trying to roam up to the top, but they're just going to be a little bit too late. They have this shielding coming through the Teriel, and really well done. They're just going to be able to cleanly take this top lane fort. They will definitely lose a little bit of damage on the bot lane. I may end up losing that fort overall, but I mean, you'll take that because now they have the top lane fort, they have the mid lane fort. And while they do have 2 forts that are low on their side, both of them still have HP. There's no passive experience. There's no passive cannon minions coming through. Now we are going to see the last 5 waves hit, and that's going to be it. The bottom fort will stand strong, will still be alive. So again, Disband Now just bit by bit taking apart License to Kill. They are still behind in experience, but it's not very noticeable. They're basically even on both these 2 teams. But with this passive experience, with the extra pressure that they get from these cannons, this could amount to something more. Because even now, while they're clearing up these waves, trying to get them into neutral state, Disband Now is just continuing to push bot. They didn't finish off the fort, obviously, but they still got a decent amount of hits on it. As now Valkyrie, again, gonna be here with a Condemn, just gonna try shove out this wave. And while they're doing that, Jeff's getting jumped in the top side. Right now, it seems like the first move has been on the side of Disband Now, and now License to Kill. Now it's time for their answer. They're gonna eventually walk down and finish off this bot lane fort. So they have even now one of the lanes. And with the next temple spawning in mid lane, this will be a big one for them to take for themselves as well, if they're able to control it. Because right now the top side is pushing in with Chronovast and with the cannon and a bruiser camp as well. As the other bruiser camp has been taken and has been taken down. Jeff will be in the area, so we'll try and clear some of it, but that should still be first move coming in for Disband Now. As another just lava wave coming through in the mid lane to make things even more annoying. Siege camp is going to be taken down as now Valkyrie could be getting targeted a little bit, and now they're looking for more, and now the Blessed Shield over top as well. Phoenix over top, but not enough damage to take anyone down. This will be enough damage, however, to take this siege camp and steal it in their favor. So they will have that. They will have the extra siege camp in the bot side. 2 siege camps pushing in, actually. But again, in the top side, Chronovast just continuing to shove in this top lane with this bruiser camp, with the cannon I mentioned. It's going to be half of this wall taken down in its entirety. And I thought that was someone defending, but no, that's just Goku trying to prevent the rotation. Now, this does mean that the temple is going to have first move. for license to kill. They're going to be the ones that are able to get it first. And they're just going to start getting the damage, poking out. Just a couple laser beams will take down the gate, will take down the cannon turret. But the one on the bot side currently definitely favoring the side of Disband Now. They're going to have first move on it. So the question really is, who's going to get more value out of this? Will either team be able to get full value out of all of these lasers, out of these temples? And with Goku and Undead pushing in, they are getting a little bit of extra value over in this bot side. But again, they're kind of stacking it with the laser damage. So in a way, that's actually wasted damage coming through. But now Valkyrie's starting to get low. Mid lane has been taken out as Bowser King is super low. And there's still 8 shots left. But now the leap lands into the back line. And Valkyrie and Jadek both super low in the gust. Going to prevent any kill, but they're just completely zoned off. So it's going to be 8 shots. Given away to Disband Now. It's not a lot, but 8 shots is 8 shots. Is still going to deal some damage over here as we wait for the final 5 coming through. So not going to be able to finish off this wall. As in the bot side, we do see the wall entirely gone and even a little bit of damage on the keep. And the boss has been started, and Valkyrie is here in the area. The whole roster is, except for Jadek. Now the Phoenix over top, Light Bomb as well. They're looking for the backline. They have the Isolate. They're able to take down the healer. But now Sanctification is going to give them the boss, but they've already lost 2. Chernobyl and Kurtavas super low as well. Chernobyl still trying to stay alive. We'll get hit by the drag. We'll get hit by the flame strike. They get the boss, but they lose 3. Is that even worth it? But I mean, with the current map state, I don't think there's anything they can get on the way back. License to kill, they definitely win the fight, but there's no answer for them in terms of macro. All they can do is just send Jadek back to deal with the boss. And even then, I think the boss is going to be able to get some free damage onto this keep. And I also just realized it is Gathering Storm, which I'll be completely honest, especially on a map like this, I'm not a fan of. Because I think you're never really going to be hitting other heroes. This is very much a map where you're just focused on hitting minions, pushing out waves, making sure you have good wave states. So you will get a lot more value out of frequent flyer. You're going to be able to stack it up a lot faster and a lot more effectively. And sitting at 23 stacks at 12 minutes, definitely would want to see that number be a little bit higher. So because of that, we'll definitely be losing out a little bit of value, both on the talent and on all the follow-up talents. As now in the bot lane, the siege camp gonna get stolen away by Disband Now. And again, they're behind in fights. They've only gotten 1 kill this game, but they're just playing this macro game so efficiently. They're playing it so well that they still have the overall structure lead. Now, all the forts have been taken down by both these 2 teams, so there's no longer any lanes that have full advantage in terms of push. But having said that, the HP on those structures definitely still favoring Disband Now, as Jep is alone on the top side. Could be getting jumped upon. There's 4 members just trying to run down Jep, but Ancient Spear is going to be able to land. The stasis is still available, and the leap is going to land. Hand of Judgment as well, and just follow-up stuns. Never able to go into stasis. They do send all 5 members into the top side. However, Jadek, at the very least, getting a couple of shots with the lasers towards the bot side. Just going to be hitting onto those gates. But again, Disband Now doing the same play they did earlier on, where instead of hitting onto the objectives, they're just going to hit onto the structures themselves. But Chernobyl starting to get taken down decently low. Blessed Shield hits on 2, and they're looking for the healer in the front line. D-Shield is going to be there. Going to buy a little bit of time, but what can they do? Kurma is starting to get hit, has a Sanctification as well. And they're just not going to be able to get the pick off. It doesn't matter if Kurma's alone. Between the Sanctification and the D-Shield, you just can't deal damage when they're completely immune to damage, you know. But now Chernobyl is going to land, is going to put up a little bit of a wall. Now Light Bomb into the front line. They are looking for this Greymane, but Undead going to be able to roll away to safety. There's now Living Bomb starting to spread between them. And actually, they will be going down to the backlines. Now the main DPS is gone. Leave from Goku just to get back to safety. Chernobyl alone in the front line. A couple more hits is all that's needed. And Chernobyl will go down and say 2-0. And with that, they should be able to retake control of this top side. They did lose their top lane keep, but they will at least get some laser shots back. But this wall, it's still full HP. It's still healthy. So again, the fight's going the way of Disband Now, but the overall macro still favoring, or going in favor of License to Kill, and the macro still favoring Disband Now. Just a very difficult spot for them to be in right now. The extra 5 shots are going to hit, and I think it will deal a little bit of damage to the keep, but again, It's just a little bit of poke. And it does add up, and I mentioned that about this, but right now, no one's looking for a little chip damage, especially on Disband Now. They're looking for the full takedowns of all these structures. Now, Blessed Shield has already been used. Now, Goku is in the middle of Bodity and Bowser King, but level 20 has just been hit. This is the time for them to fight, and now they will have the leap, and the leap not going to be able to land onto anyone. And now Light Bomb, Kurnovas starting to take a lot of damage. D-Shield has to get burned, and now Jadic is in the area looking for the play, has the wind tunnel, but not going to find the place to use it yet, as now Jeb coming in from the brush stalker, living bomb starting to spread. Lava Wave is in the area, and now the wind tunnel gonna push Kurma and Kurnovas back, and they're gonna be able to take down both of them. And now with the chastise, it is landing. However, they will be able to trade it back onto Valkyrie. Now the Isolate is onto Undead. Undead 752 alone in the middle of everyone. Will be able to trade back one more. And the Sanctification is there. And because of that, Undead and Chernobyl, they're able to turn this back, dodging away on the chastise as well. Undead 752 still free hitting as Goku and Chernobyl, they're able to take down the Kelthus, and Bo Diddley is the final survivor left alive, trying to run away. Run, Anduin, run! But the Ancient Spear is going to be coming up, but will be sidestepped. Bo Diddley still alive, lands a chastise. No follow-up allowed, but they are on the core now, and they're looking to end the game here and now. Their HP marks are low, but the respawn timers are long. Divine Star just trying to get whatever poke they can, but Bo Diddley just cannot deal the damage. Light Bomb as well. They're looking onto Undead, but now the leap is going to land, and Bo Diddley is going to be gone, and there's no one here to stop him. They have a wave, and that's just going to be it. That's going to be the entire game. Disband Now, with one pick-off, with one fight, are able to take the series 2-0 into a domination. I mean, definitely not how I expected that game to end, but I'm just really well done on the macro play. This is definitely a practiced bit, because you do not go Uther, Tyrael, D-Shield, and Sanctification when that is not something you practice, and they're just confidently going into the keeps. They're taking down the structures, just burning everything they can to get that little bit of an extra race advantage. Now, obviously, at the end, the kill score looked pretty close, but for most of this game, the license to kill has been on top in terms of just getting those pickoffs, in terms of getting those kills. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because Disband Now, they are going to get the 2-0. They're going to get the 4 points. And they're going to be feeling pretty good heading into week number 2. But now with that, let's take a quick moment to see if I can find someone for an interview. And if we can, we'll be getting one of those soon. So give me one moment as I do look for a potential player. Well, while we're waiting for them to join, I mean, I mean, that was an insane play at the end. I mean, just this entire fight at the end. They had so much strong plays, especially on Undead 752, dodged away on 2 or 3 skill shots and was just able to come out on top as, hello.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. And I am joined here for everyone in chat by Goku, the captain of Disband Now. And after a game like that, do you still feel like disbanding?
You know, that's on the horizon. We'll see how next week goes.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, that was a very clean 2-0. Obviously, that Towers of Doom map was very one-sided. Just continuously able to get every single one of those altars, and then once you got the push, the game was done. But what I really want to talk about is the draft for game number 2 on that Sky Temple. Tyrael, Uther, walk me through that. What was your plan, and did you manage to get it to work?
Yeah, the Tyrael Uther, it's a cool combo. We don't practice it a whole lot, but we've seen some success with it here and there, and it's so much fun. It's so good, apparently. I loved every second about that draft. I was unsure about the end of it, though. That was for sure.
Well, you guys managed to get a very, very close ending there. I mean, obviously, Bo Diddley almost able to keep that game alive, but just one final leap, you were able to get the kill. And yeah, you were the Sonya, so you definitely know you were able to keep Bo Diddley from taking down Undead, and that gave you more than enough damage to take out the final core. So with that, it's 4 points, and I gotta ask, since it's the start of the season, what are your ambitions coming out for this season 20?
Well, after week 1, surviving. After week 2, we're feeling pretty good. Surviving still, yeah.
Yep.
We faced some pretty nasty people in week 1 and week 2, and I was super happy not to give Valk that Diablo. That's a never happening Valk. Ambitions, surviving, making it, winning the division, whatever comes first, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Those are two basically equal points. But going on further into the season, are there any teams that you're looking forward to playing, whether it's because it's a good challenge, whether it's because you like the players on them, but what matches are you looking forward to?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. So CM Daybreak. I've always loved playing against them whenever opportunity provides. I'm expecting a few of these teams to be absolutely just headbanger teams. Like Macro Machines, Butcher's Meat Market looks very obscure, and I'm scared, and I'm looking forward to getting slaughtered. And CM Daybreak, Bunker Funtime, like Pepegas on Ice, really good teams over the years over the seasons, who, you know, against our non-veteran team, super hyped for.
And those are definitely going to be some fun matches, and I'm definitely looking forward to potentially casting them or potentially watching someone else cast them. But with that, any final words, any shout-outs you'd like to give to the audience?
First and foremost, just to get out of the way, thanks for casting the game, man. Big shout-out to you. You were awesome. Love having you.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Big shout-out to LTK. We scrimmed them like a week ago. They raffle stomped us. We came back with a vengeance in week 2 for our actual match. Big shout out to you guys, to them, insane, and insane shout out to Undead 752 tonight. We felt like he played outside of his mind when we needed him to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even in that last fight, just dodging out on so many skill shots to be able to get that pseudo quad kill at the end. So, yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. But either way, thank you very much for coming to the interview, and congratulations again on your domination tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.
You as well. Bye.
And with that, it is time to close out this stream now. Once again, gonna be live again tomorrow, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. If you're anywhere in between, figure it out. But no, it's gonna be another fun one. It is gonna be again in Division C, so anyone in chat that likes to scout out your opponents, this is definitely the best place to do it. And before we go, one final shout out to Factor 75, the sponsor of today's stream. Factor 75 is one of my favorite meal service plans just because it is by far the most convenient. You get your meals, they taste great, and they take less than 2 minutes to prepare. So be sure to click the link in the chat or the panel down below and get 50% off your first box and free breakfast for 1 year. But with that, my name was Tokibi. It was a great fun casting today, and looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Everyone, have yourselves a great night.